So this is JK back here with another video, and in this video we are going to speak about Nvidia. And first of all, I would like to tell you a disclaimer boast about Nvidia, because as the title describes, I'm going to explain a few thoughts about Nvidia, so that you could understand why Nvidia sucks. Point number one, Nvidia has released over 11 cards till date, from 2016 to till this year 2018. Nvidia has released over 11 cards, and AMD had released only 3 cards: RX 480, 570 and 580. Nvidia has released 11 cards, 11 gaming cards, apart from GT 1030, GTX 1050, 1050 Ti, GTX 1060, 1070, 1070 Ti, 1080, 1080 Ti, and now as far as this day is considered, 3 cards are released by Nvidia, namely RTX 2070, 2080 and 2080 Ti. What I am having is a 1060 6GB variant, and it's enough for day-to-day gaming and purpose like that, and it supports all AAA titles, nice and good. What I want to just say is just releasing the next card even before the previous cards are sold entirely. Ray tracing is a new technique. There's no problem with ray tracing, and there's no problem with the invention of new technologies, and in the near future it will be very good to use it in all games. But why the hell are you releasing now RTX 2080? Because till now the games that we are playing is not compatible with the ray tracing technology, and games are going to be developed near 2020. At that time, ray tracing will be helpful, and ray tracing will be a part of all the GPUs releasing at that time, and at that period everybody will definitely buy RTX 2080. Battlefield 5 is the only game that will support this ray tracing technology, and according to me, what ray tracing does is it's just a gimmick, and nobody is bothered about these things in games, keeping all this gimmick stuff like ambient occlusion, motion blur and hair mode. And even though when I keep all the things on, I was able to get 60 FPS plus in 1080p screens. And don't mistake me, because over 60% of people around the world are still using a 1080p panel and 720p panel rather than going for 144 Hz 4K panel. Straight to the point, when you play the FPS games, you are going to point the target at the head, and you will be taking a headshot, and you will be like reloading the weapon, and you will be pressing the shift key with your pinky finger, and you will be pressing the space bar at the same time, and you will be healing yourself by clicking the control, and you will be doing lots and lots of things. And during that time you will not be bothering about the things like how the hair of character goes, and how ray tracing is achieved, and you will not be seeing the vehicle's mirror in order to see the reflection of the buildings in the mirror, and you will not be seeing the mirage, and you will not be seeing the mirror image of the trucks in the riverside, and you will not be seeing and you will not be focused at all on bullshit things in and around the game, because your main focus is to complete the mission and to complete the side mission without getting killed. And so if at all, if you have trainer and if you are going with infinite health, then there will be some in order to check all those gimmick stuffs. Otherwise, I will be keeping the motion blur off, because motion blur, the hair mode on, and the ambient occlusion, and the vegetation, keeping the vegetation to ultra high settings, um, these things will definitely distract the players. Whenever you increase the things to a certain extent, it will look good, and not only in games, in all matters. If you are overdoing some stuff, then it really hurts, and it will be like we are getting saturated moreover. And when I try to hit E and enter a vehicle, I will be just driving the vehicle, and I will not be seeing the motion blur during that moment, and I will not be bothering about those motion blurs and the tag mode and all. I will just play the game as it is, and I will keep motion blur off. And there are still many people out there who will also do the same as that of mine. They will also keep that thing off, because those things are considered unnecessary. And when we are having a thought like this, how Nvidia is releasing a ray tracing card RTX 2080 even before the developers are yet to release the games which support ray tracing technology. The situation as of now is like saying all the people that a contagious disease is going to happen, and the old vaccine is stop production now, and you have to get only those new vaccines which will cure the disease which is going to come after 2 months. Please buy the vaccines soon. Just relate this content to the RTX 2080 even before getting saturated with the 1080 Ti. And as far as considered, don't mistake me, the 1060 6GB variant what I am having, it will be enough, and it's giving more than 80 frames per second with medium to high settings in all AAA titles, and it will be a worth having even in the year 2025 or up to 2023, right? Because even now people are playing with GTX 970, GTX 980, GTX 750, and they are able to get 45 frames per second with low to medium settings in 1080p in all Assassin's Creed games and all other AAA titles. Think about GTX 1080 and 1080 Ti's. GTX 1080 Ti's are worth having till the year 2030, and we don't need any other card because it's having such a lot of CUDA cores, 3584 hours. On the other hand, when we play games, the most important thing is we are seeing the textures that are used in games. When you take textures, you'll be able to see the textures of gun, the textures of the gloves in role-playing games. We will be seeing our hand textures, and the textures of the vehicle, the textures of the tree, the textures of the leaf, the textures of the sky, and each and every aspect inside the game, how real it is. And even though it has crossed surrealism and ultra realism, so you should release the card and the game at the same time. So that's what I try to say. I want to know how many of you are still using those gimmick features, and how wandering through the game, wandering through the open world, just realizing the stuffs what I have spoken till now. How many others are like myself, not turning the motion blur on and not turning all the other gimmick features on. So I want to know how many of you are still playing games. For what do you think? Just leave a comment. Your feedback is really important to me, and see you soon in the next one. Bye.